Okay, so my traditional upbringing was very, very special, but it actually was traditional upbringing that all traditions around the world used to have. You know, to get to know my grandfather and for my grandfather to get to know me, starting at age 4, I had to be with him 24/7. I went to work with him. And, you know, I slept with him. I'd go hunting with him. And we'd go down to the Bering Sea. We'd take our shirts off in the wintertime and spray ourselves with the Bering Sea water as we're looking towards the east as the sun rises. And that night we might go to the Russian Orthodox Church, which is a Christian church. And he would not see a difference in that, because spirituality comes from one place. And he was a very wise man, a very humble man. And it was a wonderful way to start my upbringing. Then at age 5, I had a traditional mentor called an acha. And an acha is a relationship between older and younger person, but it's not like because you have a family relationship. You just encounter the older person, younger person encounter each other, and then they just look at each other and they say, aha, my acha. Yeah, we already know, just right there. Because, you know, we come from the heart and we don't think. And so that's it. So I got my acha. And I was 5, and he took me under his wing from age 5 to age 13. And he taught me about what it meant to be a man, what it meant to be in relationship, what it meant to be a hunter, the ethics and values of my people, of sharing, of nurturing, of reciprocity, of care for the group, of connection and relationship to all that is. And yet, between age 5 and age 13, he literally didn't say more than 200 words to me. But yet he gave me the foundation for my life. 200 words. Because in our traditional understanding, words dumb us down. And we are in a society that is filled with words. But words dumb us down. Because the most profound spiritual things cannot be verbalized, cannot be defined. You listen to the powwow drum. I love the drum. I love the drum. And I love the singing, you know. Hey yo, hey, hey, ya, hey yo, hey yo. From my tradition, we use words like that because they are the best in expressing spirit inside of us. So we don't take that as a word that limits our understanding of the most profound things in life, especially spiritual things. Words are an attempt to define something and minimize it. And I remembered my grandfather teaching me that when I was 4 years old, we're walking on the beach on the island, 5 miles long, 5 miles wide. Beautiful day, sunshine, clouds, birds singing, you know, and then the waves, the water, the ocean was so blue, fresh, salt air. I was like, ah. So I commented on it. And he, in a very gentle way, said to me, now you look high to the wing. He said, listen. In my tradition, we're never scolded, ever. Never chastised, never disciplined. How many of you were never scolded? Nobody. I was never scolded by anybody. Not my parents, not any adult in the village, no matter what I did. And I'll tell you some of the things I did, but anyway, not now. So he's telling me in a very gentle way. He says, basically saying, just take it in. Listen with the body. Just take it in. And that kind of encapsulates how our people have survived and thrived for thousands of years in this location that could be considered pretty harsh conditions. But, wow, just take it in. So my Acha did the same thing. And the way that I grew up was experiential. Nobody ever explained a single thing to me. Nobody. So my Acha would take me out hunting, and we'd be hunting stellar sea lions, and we'd be sitting on the rocks and waiting for the sea lion to come in the water, because in the wintertime the air is colder for the sea lion. So they stay in the water, and the water's too rough for us to be in a boat. So we have to be from here to the water on the land, waiting for a sea lion to come by. And I would sit there, starting at 5 years old. We'd go out like 3 o'clock in the morning. We'd get to the place maybe at 5 o'clock. We would wait 6 o'clock, and we would start hunting the ducks. And then we wait for the sea lion. We might be one sea lion come the whole day, and it might be like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and would show its head up for a few seconds. And you can't tell me a 5-year-old cannot sit for 5 minutes in silence. Because I did it. I could sit all day long, not saying a single word, expected only to watch, listen, observe, learn. No instructions. Nobody was telling me how to aim a rifle. Nobody was telling me where to shoot on the sea lion. Nobody was explaining anything. They respected and honored me as a human being. Their responsibility was just to create the space for me to learn, but never to tell me what it is I'm to learn.